Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video on my channel. So in this video, we're going to be looking at this news post which was released a couple of days ago, which relates to the new quest coming on Monday, Ancient Awakening. So basically this quest is going to continue the Forinthry storyline, and it's going to be, so this next installment is going to be aimed towards Herblore and unlocking a brand new city underneath the fort itself. So this is the main update, and it's quite good to be seeing content coming, and it is coming on Monday the 9th of October. However, this is not what we're interested in, and we're interested in looking at this as a potential money-making method. So you look and think, how is this quest line going to make us money on Runescape 3? And the answer is further down towards here. And this is going to go and show you the rewards. So the rewards is going to unlock a botanist workbench, it's going to unlock all the benefits here. But again, this bit's not what we're looking into. This part here is what we're going to be looking into. So this is going to break down the different tiers of the building, and whenever a Forinthry update comes out, everyone rushes to get the max tier 3 as quick as possible, and then begin to unlock the benefits of having it, because the fort is proven from every update, the quicker you can get your tier 3 set up, the massive benefit it will have in terms of your gameplay. So because of that, people want to buy the supplies as quick as possible and get it built up. Now people aren't as interested in actually making the supplies themselves, and they're much rather go to the Grand Exchange, spend a little bit more, and really when you think about it, every sort of fort upgrade doesn't generally cost much more than like 10 to 15 mil, which to the average player now is like they'd rather spend that than actually go around and sort all their construction supplies. So that gives us people who like to do money making methods, build up our bank and progress our accounts, to make these frames and stone segments for a premium, and then while they're in demand and while they're really high. This method also works when there's not so much demand, but while there is serious demand for a new update and a new set of building upgrades, to make as much money as possible. So in this video, we're going to go through the 3 tiers of frames, which is going to be the Acadia, Yew and Elder. Highlight which ones are the best methods, because it might be the case the lower ones are the better ones, and then from there, just give you a rough update on prices and stuff like that. So that's the overview of the video. That is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at the 3 types of frames. So we're going to go into the game now. So what I think is really good to do first is just to check all the prices. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be buying the logs and the planks, because then we can see how much of a profit it is there. So the KD log is buying for 1.2k, and I've already actually tested a KD, which is why I've done the video. I always like to test first before making sure to do anything, and we're going to buy that. Let's put an offer in for 5k, and then we're going to do U planks. U planks have historically been cheap, and frames for U frames have always been historically cheap as well. Now the reason why I'm not going to check the plank prices is just because I've already done the Acadia stuff. Now it's for the frame and the refined planks as well. Now these will be pricey. So basically that's what you need to do. And also we did say we would check the old log would be quite good to check as well. 10k, you would have thought it'd go back to that price. 11k for a U log, wow. Sorry, for an older log, 11k for a older log is actually quite high. That would have been a really good buy actually when people were doing the woodcutters grove, was to cash in and like top up on elder logs, because they were really cheap back then. Right, okay, just had a quick check, and you actually still make money turning elder logs into planks, so that's pretty good. Didn't expect that though, but you know. Right, so where we're going to go to is Forinthry, because that's where we can make all of these planks. I'm going to go into the workshop now. In terms of turning these into actual planks, it's really easy, and to be fair, quite AFK. You'll do 26 at a time. You just do it the first half of the sawmill. So if you didn't know, the sawmill has 2 halves. So this half here is where you'll turn logs into planks, then turn them into refined planks after that. And then the bottom half is where you'll turn your refined planks into your frames. Now, one thing which goes quite underrated with this method is not only do you make a serious amount of GP from the frames, the XP actually isn't that terrible. So we're going to take out 16 of each. So what we're going to make 4 refined planks, and then we're going to turn 3 of them into a frame. And then that way we can work out what the sell price would be of a refined plank as well as a frame as well. Now, I'm very interested to see the price of elders, because when I did the Forinthry video a couple of weeks ago, elders were high. And to be fair, like just making refined planks is 152 XP each. Construction is very much a money making skill now. Right, and then finally we're going to do the U's. And really the construction XP is just a bit extra on top. Really we are here for the money making side. I will go and have a quick check of stone segments as well. Right, so Acadia is what we'll start with. So if we throw that in for the prices, and we'll just instant sell them and see where we go instant selling. 29,000 for a refined plank, and 155k for a frame. So as you can see, we're going to need 3 of the refined planks to make a frame, and you're currently averaging 70k profit turning your refined planks into a frame, which is mad money and mad profit as well. In terms of actually turning a plank into a refined frame, for that, you're going to be about 20k. You're going to make 10k profit per refined plank you make. So the whole process, and to be fair as well, like the logs into the planks as well, you're going to be making 3.7k each there. So you've got two sort of ways you can go about it, really. You could turn the logs into the planks and sell the planks for profit, or you could see if you could buy some of the refined planks, which sometimes you will struggle just purely on volume, and then turn them into frames. Or by all means, you can do the whole process of turning 12 logs, which will be 14-ish k, 14, 15k, and turn them into 160k from the frames with the construction XP, but it will take quite a bit of time, and you might be better to just do certain steps rather than do the whole process of turning it from log to frame. Right, so that's that one done. So Acadia's very much profit there. The U refined plank, which is still so underpriced for what it sells for, so that sells for 22k. And the frame is going to sell for 121k. Right, so the U log was, the U plank, was 4.9k each, which for a U plank is like bank. In terms of turning that into a refined plank, not really worth it because you're going to be just under 20k, and there's way better ways to make money. Turning a refined plank into a frame, very much worthwhile. You're going to be doubling your money. Not as good profit as Acadia. For this method, I'd probably turn the U-log into the actual plank. That's what seems to be the most money. But again, refined planks into the frame, absolutely worthwhile if you can buy them. I do think all these refined planks will be very much not easy to buy. They'll be very low volume. So finally, here is the big one. So the refined elder plank, that has gone for 62k, and the elder frame is going to sell for 235k. Not really as inflated as what the others are, but still very much a high price. Right, so some numbers for this one. The elder log was 11,000 and the elder plank was just under 15k. In terms of a margin, the elder plank into the refined elder plank is not great. You're pretty much looking at under 10k profit there. Really, 3.7k like turning logs into planks, pretty good. And then turning your refined elder planks into frames, you're going to be making just under 60k, which is pretty good. But again, I really do think like you'll struggle to get the refined planks just because of the selling volumes and stuff like that. So really, like all three logs make decent profits being turned into planks. It seems that when planks are turned into refined planks, that's where it gets a bit iffy. But if you're going to turn them into refined planks, I would make sure you continue the process and finish them into frames. Me personally, I would probably do the full process at a minute. If not, I'm actually looking more at making the planks. I think the planks are very good, but then in the meantime, I would have offers in for frames. I would have offers in for refined planks. So me personally, if I had let's say I had 10 mil budget, I would put 80% of that budget into buying refined planks and buying refined planks at competitive price as well. So you're making so much money turning these planks into frames, go a bit higher than the sell price, and in that way you've got your first choice and you've got the absolute best chance to make sure you're buying them. In the meantime, I'd be buying the cheaper logs, so I'd probably be doing U's because they're so cheap, and then turning them into planks and then selling them for the extra profit as well. If the frames aren't buying, I would either go down the route of turning my planks into refined planks or selling them, buying more logs and turning them over. It depends how the market's going. There's still going to be a day and a half of when you can really cash in on this method. And also, like on release, this will be quite volatile with the prices of the planks as well. They will be very much up and down depending on like how the update is. One thing else I wanted to check as well, a stone wall segment is going to sell for 14k, so that's not massive. Stick with the planks, the logs, the refined frames, and all that stuff as well. But that is going to be this episode finished. Again, I know Forinthry's had a couple of videos on my channel, but it's so good how it's like a continuously updating piece of content and how new things come in, and whenever they come in, that's what creates some extra money making methods to make a little bit more profit as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to like, please make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.